Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another riveting, thought-provoking topic. The panel is always incredible. I appreciate every last one of you. But I'm going to say something that I think has to happen. We are social dependents, right? We talked about this before on another show. If you get a lawyer, by legal terms, you are considered an infant because you can't speak for yourself. Right? When you are dependent on someone else to tell you who you are, right? You're really just an external being. You're not a fully integrated being that knows himself, that knows the source of what it means to be you, right? You are bereft of that. And in the African American community, if we look at the educational system across the board, it's broken for all of its students, not just for white folk, but for all of its students that don't have money to pay for the resources necessary to become test masters, right? Understand something about knowledge. We always big up knowledge, knowledge. Knowledge is the reflex of memory. The better your memory, the better you are in school. It's really that simple. We are trained, as Brother Oba Babatunde said, trained to memorize, not trained to understand, not trained to critically think and break down and arrive at an understanding on our own. You look up the Hindu word guru. It means the dispeller of darkness. In other words, I'm pointing you in a direction, but you yourself have to walk the path in order to gain the knowledge that I'm pointing you towards. Understand something about teachers. If a teacher is broken inwardly, he cannot teach children, especially if he hasn't reconciled his brokenness. So whatever is in front of the kid is observing and absorbing. Understand this too. It happens in a household. That's do as I say, not as I do. Right? It happens in a household. If you're an ignorant parent, the child is going to pick that up just by living with you. Same happens in a classroom. That's why when I tell my children's teacher, listen, I raised them at home, you got to raise them at school. And if you're not interested in raising my child at school, right, then you're not a good teacher. You're not the school for him or her, right? You're not the school for them, right? So let's go deep. What is intelligence? Intelligence is rebellion. And the educational system in America is totally against rebellion. It's all about acquiescence. You acquiesce to the authority, even though the authority is wrong. You want to call Indians the first people in America when you know black people were here before Indians. You know Indians are a mixed race. You know this genetically. You know this, right? You want to say Columbus created America, we still have Columbus Day. You know it's not true. You even got a new movie coming out with Christian Bale as Moses, and they are recreating the Sphinx with a European face. Even though you know Napoleon blew the face off of the Sphinx, and you can look at the Sphinx today, and it has the same African features of Southern Africans. You know all of this. You're not trying to educate us. You're trying to program us, right? And until black upper echelon, so-called educated Negro, right? Until they say, no, fuck that. We want to take ownership back of our education. We want to take ownership of our narrative. But I believe that the bourgeoisie has sold out the roots of the tree they came from for a branch in the tree they want to be in. That's what I believe. Right? So understand, who was the light bearer in the Bible? His name was Lucifer, the light bearer. When you graduate from school, you're considered an alumni. An alumnus. Is that related to the Illuminati? One who is illuminated? Buddha, the enlightened one, right? Did they get the Bible in reverse? what did the devil do to God that made him an outcast? He rebelled. You motherfuckers is scared to rebel against the God of your mediocre life. The white supremacist authority. When will we rise and become Lucifer of the game? Nah, I'm better than this. I don't believe none of this shit y'all talking about. I want to do what I want to do. I want to do for my people the way I want to do for my people. I want to take control of the educational system. I see so many niggas hanging it on their, wearing it on their chest that, oh, I graduated from here and I did this and I did that. But you ain't shit when it comes to helping your people. You got niggas out there right now talking about 5 types of conscious black people you should avoid. What? That's what we talking about? But you ain't gonna avoid Christians. And ain't nobody caused more damage and pillage on planet Earth than Christians punking everybody out of their indigenous beliefs with force. So do you understand what I'm saying here? If you don't have knowledge of self, you don't have education. Right? And if you don't control the knowledge of yourself, you don't have freedom. You're dead, waiting for somebody to tell you what to think. Well, I'm not that person. I'm going to challenge everything. I'm going to challenge everybody. I'm going to be the Lucifer of the situation. I'm going to rebel. And that's what this platform is about. Fuck what you think. Prove it. Show me. Black people, when it comes to education, get your kids into engineering, mathematics, so they can become useful to the globe regardless of their race. A black engineer can go to China and build cities, right? A black mathematician can do the same. That's what we need to do. With that said, those are my final thoughts. I know